Something strange is happening on the North Shore. Officials in Peabody are now trying to get to the bottom of a series of mysterious booms. There have been a couple of earthquakes recorded in and around Peabody in recent weeks. Residents say the quakes, though, don't explain all of the noises.
Wild weather rages around the world. These pictures just a snapshot of what's happened within the last 48 hours alone. Now, a landmark UN climate report has delivered a confident and frightening verdict.
Do I think, the end of the world's coming? No, I don't. It's just a weird feeling.
And it's all across our globe. Extreme weather of seemingly biblical proportions, now a painful new normal.
Well, it's been a week of extreme weather conditions and weather-related disasters around.
The UN says this is a code red for humanity, and there is nowhere to hide.
In every region in the world, climate and weather extremes have changed.
As the world reacts to a landmark climate report, Greece is staring down the real-life impacts, facing its worst fire emergency in the country's modern history.
Dusk turns the sky from charcoal to an ominous blood red.
Vehicles tossing in the torrent. This terrifying eyewitness footage captured the scene in northern Turkey just days ago.
The Italian island of Sicily registered 48.8 degrees Celsius on Wednesday, which, if verified, would be the continent's highest temperature ever recorded. The latest heat wave is being caused by an anticyclone nicknamed Lucifer moving up from Africa.
The Earth's climate is getting so hot that in about a decade, temperatures will likely exceed the level of warming that world leaders are trying to prevent.
Tiger from London comes here every year, and she's never known it like this.
Maybe climate change. I'm quite scared about that's the reason why, if I'm honest, because it's never really been quite as hot. I've been coming au pairing for about 3 years and it's never been like this. It's quite scary.
Are you worried about the fires?
About the fires, yeah. I think they're terrifying.
It feels like there was an explosion underground.
Tracy Valetti fears what'll happen the next time her house rattles.
We all have gas, and we don't want to see anything happen to what happened in the Merrimack Valley a while ago.
She and her neighbors keep hearing loud booms underneath their homes on Emerson Street in Peabody.
If something moves, it could snap a line, and now we're talking about what happened in Methuen and Lawrence.
But they have no idea what's causing the unnerving noises.
All these houses here are all on fieldstone foundations. And if it shakes enough, are they going to just roll out from under our houses like marbles?
There could be an explanation for at least some of the bizarre sounds. 2 small earthquakes rattled the North Shore in recent weeks. The first one hit Peabody on July 25th. It measured a 1.4 on the Richter scale. Another slightly smaller earthquake hit the city just 10 days later. That one registered a magnitude of 1.2.
And state emergency management officials tell us that they are now working with city leaders to try to figure out what is causing these noises.
Around the world, fire crews are battling fires tonight on a nearly unprecedented scale. If seeing is believing, many are getting a first-hand look at a worst-case scenario for
Apocalyptic scenes in parts of southern Italy devoured by flames.
More than 2,000 people were forced to flee wildfires ravaging Greece's second largest island, Avia.
The wildfires burning in Russia now are bigger than all the fires raging across the globe combined. Bigger than those in the US, Canada, Turkey and Greece put together. This the view as passengers fly into Yakutia, a region 3,000 miles from Moscow.
Turkey is in the grip of a compounding crisis whilst battling some of the biggest wildfires in its history.
Powerful floods are tearing through its Black Sea provinces, ripping down this house. Whoa! Unusually heavy rainfall has caused the chaos. The flash floods a frightening sight when they first rushed in. Dozens of cars have been strewn through the streets or stacked high.
The 8 largest fires in California have all occurred in the past 4 years. Unprecedented 116-degree heat in the Pacific Northwest and all-time record highs in Canada, causing hundreds of deaths earlier this summer. And if it's not record heat and fires, it's flooding. Yet again, Venice's iconic St. Mark's Square covered in water far earlier in the year than normal. These horrifying scenes from China, commuters trapped in chest-deep water in train cars, streets transformed into rivers after record rainfall in the center of the country.
How high was the water up to here? That's right here.
I was in Germany just 3 weeks ago, the site of devastating floods after a once-in-1,000-year rainstorm killed at least 160 people.
There's so many people dead. You don't expect people to die in a flood in Germany.
Buildings in this medieval town, around since before the 15th century, were once thought to be able to stand the test of time, now potentially destroyed by one flood.
From floods that wipe out entire towns to fires that leave forests and homes burned, covered in ash, still smoldering, these extreme, once-in-a-lifetime, unprecedented events are now becoming common, and scientists all point to one thing.
The signs are all there, with fires raging around the world, in Greece and Turkey and in California. Once-in-a-century flash floods killed hundreds in Germany, Belgium, and China this summer. The climate is getting more hostile, and today the UN said it is already too late to stop some of the devastating impacts of climate change.
All this smoke is a problem far beyond Russia. The fires are releasing record quantities of carbon dioxide. This year, already more than Britain's entire annual CO2 emissions, based on an estimate by a European Union agency.
You really feel the scale of the fire here. This whole area burned only about 3 weeks ago. You see, just as far as you can look, it's all blackened and burnt.
With increased temperatures now believed to be inevitable, Yakutia's massive fires are likely to only get worse. Scientists say another sign of how fast and how drastically the planet's climate is changing.
With a history steeped in mythology, locals could be forgiven for wondering what the gods have in store for them next.
And the report warns that the world will experience unprecedented, catastrophic weather conditions.
We've certainly been seeing a lot of extreme weather events in recent days. Just as you're speaking, we're seeing these images of fires. There's been flooding. And there is an entire chapter in this report that's dedicated to extreme weather events. What does it say exactly?
Right. This is the question that we're constantly asking ourselves. Is climate change responsible for all these events that we're seeing? Well, in this report, as you say, what's interesting is that there's going to be a new chapter. This is a major development for the IPCC, looking at the link between extreme weather events and rising temperatures.
We've had months of extreme weather, but prepare for stark warnings that what seems incredible now may become normal in the future.
A wave of mysterious songbird deaths may be reaching Connecticut. It all started in Washington, D.C., then spread as far as Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Animal experts here at the Connecticut Audubon Society say they're not sure what's causing massive bird die-offs in the Midwestern and Southeastern United States, but they say Connecticut's birds could be at risk next.